Welcome to Virtue Healthcare. I'm Mike, and this is the Fundamentals of Strength series. We're going to be challenging our strength, our mobility, our balance, our cardiovascular system, and yeah, we're going to hopefully leave you feeling good. We're going to be doing a flow warm up. We're going to be doing a working set. We're going to be working 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off. And then we're going to do cool down at the end, some stretches. All you're going to need are some dumbbells if you want, or just your body. So let's get started. We'll start by coming down to flow number 1 in the half kneeling position. And we're going to come down to our hands. You can have yoga blocks here as well if you need some extra support up higher. And bring that knee forward, keeping that front heel down. Pressing the back hip through to open up here. And just sink into things here. We're starting to breathe, we're starting to move. So just give your tissues some time to adapt. We're going to transition from this front position back into a hamstring stretch here and down the back of the legs. You can sit the sit bones back, keeping them up high away from the floor and supporting yourself here. Try not to collapse in the upper body, but open things up. Breathing. We'll come up to tall kneeling. You can bring that front heel underneath your knee, and then we're going to reach up with our opposite arm and gently across the body. So a little side bend here. Press the hip through, anchor the ribs down. And then coming down, blocking inside that front knee here, keeping the knee over the foot as you rotate back. Anchor the shoulders down. And then one more time. Coming down over that front foot. Keep the heel down, sinking into the next set here, or the next round of this exercise a little bit deeper. Anchor the shoulders back, support yourself in all these positions as you get going. And then we'll transition back one more time for that hamstring stretch. You can bring the foot forward if you need more there. You can also bring the toe up to make it more challenging or more of a stretch down the back of the leg, the lower leg specifically. Breathing. Transition up to the top. Bring that foot underneath. And then a reach up, reaching high away from that bottom knee and across the body a little bit. Keep the ribs anchored down here. And then coming down, rotating back. Nice. We'll switch sides. Take your time. Acknowledge that it's going to be a little bit different on this side because we haven't done any work here. So just easing in. Take your time. Keep that front heel on the ground. Pressing that back hip through, a little glute squeeze here. Support your body, pressing into the floor, and then sit back for that hamstring stretch. Breathing. Up top, reaching the opposite hand of the front knee, bringing that front foot back underneath that front knee. And then anchor the shoulders down, rotating back, blocking inside that front knee. We don't want it coming in here with our rotation. This will maybe give you a groin stretch here. Anchor the ribs down. One more time. Sink in a little bit deeper. Breathing. And you can spend as much time. You don't necessarily have to follow at my speed here. If you feel like you need more, things are a little bit creaky today in this moment. You can adjust your foot for more of a stretch as you sit back. Keeping the sit bones high away from the ceiling will give you maximum hamstring stretch here. Anchor the shoulders back, open up the chest. Maybe bring the head back so it's more in alignment with the spine. And then last time, up to tall, kneeling. Reaching that arm up and gently across the body. And then rotating back, anchoring the shoulders down. Great job. Hopefully you're feeling a bit more loose. We're gonna come into our warm-up stuff, just to warm up for the core. So we're gonna start with a bird dogs. Bird dog is in the quadruped position. This is gonna be that reaching out, opposite arm, opposite leg. Obviously, if this is hard, you can just reach out with one limb at a time, going around the circle. The cues here are anchoring the shoulders back, pressing into the floor, and tuck the pelvis. We want to maintain abdominal tension the whole time. And then we're going to start in 3, 2, 1. Reaching out, opposite arm, opposite leg, and back and forth. As you reach out, keep your toe close to the ground and reach with the heel. This will help keep abdominal engagement and not have you extending into the low back. We'll do one more on each side. Excellent. We're going to come down to the floor for dead bug. Bird dog, dead bug. Come right down onto your back. Here we're going to be reaching out opposite arm, opposite leg. Again, abdominals on. Tuck the pelvis, pressing the low back into the floor. Reaching with the heel, and only reach as far as you're able to keep the low back pressed into the ground. So don't overreach. Move slow. This will help you feel any compensation there. And go. Breathing. I inhale here, exhale as my foot reaches the end point and back, and then inhale again. Ten more seconds. Last one. Excellent. We'll go through that one more time. Feel free to grab a drink of water. Now that we know what we're doing, we can fly through these again. We're going to come back to our bird dog. Tuck the pelvis, anchor the shoulders back towards the hips, and press into the ground. Keep that toe close to the ground as you reach. I'm going to start in 3, 2, 1. Minding your balance here, trying not to tip back and forth as much as you're able to, keeping nice and solid as you take those arms and legs off. Ramping up abdominal tension as you reach out. 2 more here. Great job. And last time into our dead bug. Count down onto the floor. Engage abdominals, tuck the pelvis, press the low back down. Bring the arm and leg up. And then again, you can just do one arm, one leg, but move the leg slow. Keep keeping abdominals engaged, and go. Make any adjustments if you start to feel the low back coming off as you reach out. Maybe you're reaching too far. Maybe you just need more abdominal engagement. Opposite arm, opposite leg, reaching with the heel. Ten more seconds. One more. Nice. Congratulations, you made it through the warm-up. We're going to be doing a progression here over the number of weeks. So we're starting with some lower end progressions. You can obviously increase the challenge by adding more weight, and we'll coach that along as we go. We're going to be starting with a high plank because we're going to be moving into the push-up in the future, a couple weeks ahead. So stick with us, you'll get there. We're going to be going into the high plank here though. It's going to be 30 seconds hold. If the high plank is too much, just go from the knees. The cueing is the same. So come down to the hands, anchor the shoulders towards the hips, and gently press into the ground. It's important that we create enough tension here to support our whole body weight as we come up into the position. We don't want to be adjusting as we get up there. So press into the floor, anchor the shoulders towards the hips, and then you can come to the knees or the feet and tuck the pelvis and going here. We want abdominals on. We want the hips just a little bit higher than neutral here. And breathing. Again, we're going to be doing 30 seconds here. 15 more seconds. Keep readjusting if you need, tucking the pelvis, squeezing glutes, pressing into the floor. Nice work. 3, 2, 1, and down. Great job. We're going to take a little breather. Take a sec. You can grab a drink here if you need. The next movement, we're going to be doing some single leg balancing. So we'll come up to standing. This movement is just going to be a single leg tap. So a few progressions here. We want a slight bend in the knee and the leg that isn't moving. And then we're just going to be tapping out to the side. You don't want to put your weight into the foot. So keep the weight over the standing leg and just reaching out and just tapping so you could just lift things off. You can put your foot down back when you come to center if you need to, or out here if you need to as well. The challenge here would be not tapping and not touching as you come back. I'm going to start in 3, 2, 1. Reaching out and back in. Feeling that change, the body wanting to adjust. Keep the standing leg, bent knee, and connecting between the foot and the floor. You can have your hands out anywhere for balance. Nice. 5 more seconds. Last one. Excellent. We're going to switch over to the other side. Take a couple of breaths here. You want an even weight into your foot. You don't want to feel like you're gripping here in your toes. You want to feel like your weight is in the heel and the midfoot, and the toes are there adjusting for balance. 3, 2, 1. Again here, connect in between the foot and the floor, making micro adjustments as you need, and breathing. Depending on the time of day, the amount of sleep that you had, nutrition, balance can be affected by all of that. 5 more seconds. Last one. Excellent. Take a sec, grab a drink if you need. This might be more challenging than you might have thought, the balance stuff, but that's great. And usually the first round is a little bit more challenging as the nervous system adapts. The next ones will come a little bit easier probably. Some chair squats. So this is the first progression. I'm just gonna pull up my chair for the first one. So if you need a chair, you can have one. You don't have to though. Otherwise, we're just gonna be doing some squats. You can use a dumbbell here in the goblet position if you want. So you can choose whatever weight you want here. If you are using the chair, try not to sit down. If you have to sit down, you can. But what we want is just to tap the chair while maintaining the tension through our body so we can press back up. If you let go of all the supportive tension at the bottom, it'll be harder to bring back that tension to push yourself back up again. So grab a weight if you want, otherwise grab your chair or not. And we're gonna start in 3, 2, 1. Feet, knees out over the feet, sit back into your hips. Inhale as you come down, exhale as you press up. You want to feel your weight into your heels and midfoot, fighting for an upright torso. At the bottom, so you're not collapsing the torso here, you're engaging the back. Nice. We'll do one more. Last one. Great job. Take a second, grab a drink, depending on what weight you use. It might have been very challenging, or it may be challenging without the weight as well. Just to hold the supportive tension as you come down and back up is can be very challenging. Bent over scapular retractions is our next exercise. So it's going to be a hinged position, slight bent knees. Arms are going to stay straight. We're pulling the shoulders back and letting the arms come back down, reaching the shoulders forward without reaching our body. So here you can grab weights for this if you want. And we want the shoulders anchored away from the ears. So we'll go in 3, 2, 1. Hinging down, sitting back, pulling the shoulders back, pushing the shoulders forward without changing the back position. Inhale as the arms come towards the floor. Exhale as you pull back up. This can be challenging, the movement of the shoulder blades separate from the body. The body's going to want to reach and come back. So really manage that. We'll do 4 more. Nice, last one. Excellent. Come back up in a nice supportive way. Take a breath, grab a drink. We're gonna go through those 2 more times. So we'll come back to the high plank. Come back to whatever variation, kneeling or high to the feet that you need. 10 more seconds. Anchor the shoulders towards the hips, pressing the hands into the floor, hands shoulder width apart. Step back the feet and tuck the pelvis. We're going here, engaging abdominals. Nice, steady, shallow breathing. Keep fighting for this position. Halfway there. You might feel some shakiness. That's quite normal. Don't worry, you've got this. 3, 2, 1, and down. Great job. Breathing. We're gonna come back to our single leg taps. You can use weight for this if you want. You can add a couple of dumbbells in here. Sometimes that can make it more stable, adding some weights. If you do, anchor the shoulders back, stabilize that. Otherwise, we're gonna go in 5 seconds. Bent knee and go. Reaching out, challenge yourself to not tap if that feels good, but reset anytime you might tap down. Halfway there. Breathing. Listening to the foot connection to the floor. One more. Nice. You might feel that one leg is different than the other, especially if you've had any joint replacements like a hip or a knee. That can really affect the body's connection through that tissue, affect proprioception, which will affect our awareness of that joint in space, which will usually challenge the balance a lot more than if you got those normal body joints that you created yourself when you were a little one. We'll come into the other foot, bent knee, and go. Tapping if you need to. Toes are just for balance, so you're not gripping with them. You're in the heel and midfoot. Hands are wherever you need them to be out here, and engage back in the shoulders. Great for balance. You want to feel like you're solid through the torso. Last one. Great job. Coming back to chair squats. So you can bring your chair back out. You can grab a dumbbell. You can increase the weight if you want. Keep it the same or go down if it was too challenging. We just want our knees supported. We want to be active through the spine, opening up here, sitting back into the heel and midfoot. 3, 2, 1. Sitting back. Exhale on the way up. Inhale on the way down. Pressing the knees out to stay over top of the feet, not caving in here. Halfway there. Shoulders anchored down towards the hips. Nice. One more. Great job. Breathe. Grab a drink. Bring the nervous system down a little bit. We want to find control in our breath in between these movements. Coming back to the bent over scapular retractions. If you haven't practiced just scapula movement on its own before, this can be very challenging to learn that in between. So really we're looking to activate and pull between the shoulder blade and the spine. You can grab weights if you want. We're gonna come down and start. So sit the hips back, arms straight, anchor the shoulders towards the hips and go. Exhale as you pull. There's not a lot of movement here. Keep the torso, the legs in the same position. Practice some dissociation. Just the shoulders are moving. Everything else is supported. You can dingle your toes a bit. 2 more. Last one. Great job. Take a sec, take a breath. We're gonna rip through these one more time, and we'll finish off with a couple of stretches, set you on your way. We're gonna come down to the high plank. Hands under the shoulders, pressing down. Rotate your elbow pits forward, so kind of a little bit of a rotation into the floor without moving your hands. Anchor the shoulders towards the hips, and we're gonna step out and go. Tuck the pelvis, engaging abdominals, strong position, unwavering. And then just chill, breathe. Keep engaging, fighting. 3, 2, 1, and down. Nice. You made it through the planks. This is our last round. We're gonna come back to the single leg taps. You can grab weights for this if you want. We wanna have our weight into our heel, midfoot. keep our intention over this leg. The intention can be brought to the moving leg a little bit too much sometimes, moving the body out with that leg, which will take you past your balancing point. So stick there, and we're gonna come down and go. Reaching out, coming back in. Breathing. Listening to the foot, the knee, the hip. Making micro adjustments where you need. Ooh, hey. Nice, 2 more. Last one. Great job. Take a sec. We're gonna come into the other side. Into that other foot. Listening down the chain, into the heel and midfoot. Toes are relaxed. Slight bend in that knee, and go. Stay on this side. You probably feel glued on here. You should be a little bit into the hip. 10 more seconds. Last one. Woohoo. Hey, nice job, nice job. Take a second. We're gonna come back to our chair squat, so you can pull that chair out again if you need it. Again, not fully sitting into it. Keep the supportive tension. Keep your knees out over the feet and strong, and the support through the back as you come down to the chair. That'll help you push back out without having to reset all of that. And slow on the way down. Control the descent. Don't give in to gravity. Slight out turn of the toes, knees out over the feet, and go. Whatever weight you might need here. Challenge yourself. Sit back into the hips, press out of the heels. 10 more seconds. You're doing great. Last round, last round. Shoulders back. 1 more. Excellent. Last exercise. You can grab weights if you want for that. Those scapular retractions. Breathing. Grab a drink if you need it. Come back to weights. Sit back into the hips. Anchor the shoulders and go. Exhale as you pull the shoulders up, keeping the shoulders anchored towards the hips at all times, not coming up into the neck here. And keeping the elbows straight. The elbows will want to bend on you. Nice. We'll do 2 more. Last one. Hey, we did it. Congratulations. Give yourself a pat on the back. Take a second, grab a drink. We're gonna do a couch stretch. So you can use the chair that you had, a couch, a yoga block, whatever you need. You can have something under your knee for a little bit of cushioning on the floor there. We're gonna have the knee down, foot up on something. You don't need it to have it this high. And then the foot out in front supporting. Nice and tall. Anchor the ribs down. Squeeze the glute and hold. You should feel a stretch down the front here. Quad into the knee. Do some thoughtful breathing, bringing things down. Take your time and then switch when you're ready. Being mindful of that. Tuck the pelvis. Engage abdominals. Nice and tall here, squeezing that glute of the knee that's down. Just let yourself come down. You've done a lot today already. Thanks for taking the time for yourself. It's really important to carve out this time to work on your health, challenge yourself. And then when you're ready, you can come out of that. We'll come back to the floor. We're going to do a spinal twist. So coming onto your back, one leg straight, other leg up and over, arms out on the side in a T position, palms toward the ceiling, and just let this hang. If you have a lot of mobility through the spine, through the shoulder, through the hip, you might touch down with that foot and the hand here on the opposite side. But you might find a balancing point where both are up and stretching through that opposite shoulder and the same side, but opposite reaching leg. Take as much time as you need there. You might feel stretch through the low back, into that hip, maybe down all the way to the leg. And then through that shoulder and through the bicep into the arm. We'll ease out. Switch over to the other side. Same thing. Breathing. Relax the neck, the jaw. Take as much time as you need here. And then when you're ready, you can ease out of that. Come back to reality. And there you go. Thank you so much for joining us. And take some time, drink some water, do any more stretching and rolling that you might need. And then, we'll see you next time.